Ruchika, welcome to the Forvis Mazars dialogue and thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Nitin.
Let me start by asking the most obvious question. What are some of the most prevalent unconscious bias and apprehensions that hold individuals back from leadership positions?
Very relevant question you asked, Nitin, today. So I will just, take you through the broader areas which has biasness when we talk about, women not taking up the leadership positions. The primary reason I would put it on that, we feel that our voices are not heard in the boardrooms, which is typically the boys' room for us. The other could be that we do not fit into the Western culture. When I say so, women dressing up in Indian attire, they don't feel themselves to fit into the corporate culture with 95-98% of the women being dressing up in the Western style. So that's a biasness which comes and which we feel that we'll not be able to get a place in that kind of environment. The other is they're very typical stereotype leadership, styles across the organizations, and we have seen where we talk about when we are assertive, it's taken to be arrogance. So there's a biasness which comes that women who are more assertive become more arrogant. So we'll have to rise above the leadership style, stereotype, cut those stereotypes to get to that place. Last is, as women, we are coupled with multiple responsibilities, and I feel that you somewhere feel that the leadership, the organizations feel that they are less committed because they have multiple roles to play. So I think all put together would be the broad reasons where we say that the leadership positions are still not taken up by women primarily.
Okay, fair enough. Ruchika, you spoke about voices not being heard, dressing style not very acceptable. That leads us to the next question. So, is there a way organizations hold leadership accountable for driving real change in gender equity rather than just implementing surface level policies?
Yes, the drive has to come from the leadership. The top has to be toned. They are the ones who will drive that real change rather than just having these surface level policies. It's easy for organizations to have policy. In fact, all organizations would have a DEI policy today, but are we actually doing? So the culture has to come from the top. There has to be an acceptability of structural changes which will happen, where we talk about pay parity, it's the other individuals versus someone else. So it is only the capabilities which is driving the pay packages for us. Other than that, I think the environment which the organization must create should be of respect and equitable for all individuals. So I should feel respected, you should feel respected in an organization, irrespective of the religion, culture, the background you come from, the place you come from, the way you dress up. I of course understand that dressing up is important for the roles we deliver, and we as professionals meet those expectations. But let the biasness not take those opportunities and these forums from us as for us to take up leadership roles at a later stage.
Well, very valid points, Ruchika. You talked about uh, you know women's safety at work. You also talked about pay parity. I think these are some of the initiatives that the organizations really need to look at. And I'm very proud and glad to say that as part of Forvis Mazars, what we understand is that the organization has been very actively working towards these initiatives. And as a DEI leader, can you share some of the recent initiatives that the firm has implemented and undertaken that you feel will help drive a meaningful change within the organization?
So, Nitin, we at Forvis Mazars have seen the global numbers to be very impactful for us as well. With 40% GB being occupied by women, so that pushes us to achieve those numbers in India as well. While we are doing good, we are at good pace. We have started with few specific initiatives which we can talk about. One is the Working Mothers Women Network. It's an amazing network which has been led by our HR head, and it's taking up the issues which all the working women face. And when we discuss, when we talk, we feel that we are all the same. As women, as mothers, we are all the same, and we go through the same challenges. But at the same time, there's someone to hear and address those. It gives a lot of comfort. It gives a lot of comfort to the women in that group. I have personally seen and can vouch for. The second initiative which we are taking is to have a mentorship program for the women we already have on board, and we are trying to show them a growth structure, a career growth trajectory for them, so that not just they stay with us, they grow, and we give them an equitable space for them to grow as professionals, irrespective of any biasness. Also, I would say that while hiring, we are an equal opportunity organization, which typically means that we are not going with any biasness. We just go and are judging on the basis of capabilities. While I say so, it could be judgmental at the same time, but the leadership is really convinced.
Amazing to hear about these initiatives that are being undertaken at the firm level. Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us on this insightful conversation on inclusive leadership and accountability at workplace. You see, creating an equitable workplace is a continuous process, but at the same time, it starts from awareness, action, and accountability. We look forward to bringing you more insightful and thought provoking discussions in the future.